Today we're going to talk about Hulu's new series, Monsterland, so let's get started. Encounters with gothic beasts, including fallen angels and werewolves, broken people are driven to desperate acts in an attempt to repair their lives, ultimately showing there is a thin line between man and beast. Hey everybody, just a quick thanks for stopping by my channel. If you guys love to watch movies like I do, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and click that notification for more up and coming videos. I just want to give a quick thanks to Hulu for giving me a screener to this series. Monsterland, 8 episodes anthology series, has a pretty good cast with Kaitlyn Dever, Kelly Marie Tran, Michael Coulter, Jonathan Tucker. It has a pretty good cast, and some of the characters in here appear in other episodes, not as the same character, but as a different character, so some actors are utilized for more than just one episode. Anthologies are a bit of a hit and miss. Some episodes are pretty good, and some are just average. So some anthologies, you think the overall series was pretty good. There was not one episode I cared about in Monsterland. I watched the first 2 episodes, and then it was 4. And then it was 6, and then it was 8. I watched every single episode, and not one of them I cared about. I waited for something to really grip me, and for me to find really interesting, but there wasn't. It's not like this was a terribly made series. It has a great cast, really good direction. It fits the Halloween season. I enjoyed watching it because I watched it late at night here and there, but there wasn't one episode that I found to be captivating, interesting, and I found that to be so infuriating. I just wanted something to find pleasing with the series, and it's really hard. There's multiple different storylines. There might be a woman discovering her husband's past. There's an episode about a young woman struggling to be a mother, and she encounters a stranger. There's episodes about the dead. There's a wide variety of episodes, and each episode has a different story within it. And the overall message within each episode is that sometimes monsters might not actually be a physical monster. It might be a monster within yourself and things that you do, the way that you care for people. A lot of it comes down to there's a monster within you. And I kind of see where they were going with that, but at times there were a couple episodes where it almost seemed like 2 different stories happening, and one didn't get a solid closure, and the other half of it just felt very thin. I think the second episode I saw involving a young man who is struggling to take care of his mother, and he sees this kind of shadow in his house. Episodes like that offer a storyline with this physical monster and then the separate story of the monster within yourself. So it's blurring this line of what is real and what is you're doing. And I think that both storylines in here are poorly executed, and I'm left wanting more. There's multiple times throughout the series where it just ends. It just abruptly ends, and it doesn't give me any satisfaction, anything to kind of think, wow, that was really captivating. None of that happens within the series. But the direction in here is fairly good. It looks great. This is a great series to look at. There is a lot of great filming techniques. The lighting looks good. The cast is all really good in here. The acting is phenomenal within the series, especially with the first episode with Kaitlyn Dever in here as the young mother who's struggling to be a mother, and she meets a stranger. I really like the acting in here, and they play their parts fairly well. There's a lot of great chemistry with each episode, and each story honestly has this potential to be something really interesting, and taking this anthology of you have a monster within you and bringing that monster forth, and there's actual monsters within it. So it offers both sides to that story, and there's so much potential with each episode. And each episode's like 45 to 50 minutes long, so there is a lot of time to get invested in these characters, but you just can't. It's just a dull, bleak series that just left me wanting so much more. The story is there. The characters are there. The acting's great. The direction. All of it is just coming together. There's so many pieces contributing to this series to make it worth watching. But the overall stories and the route they take certain stories just did not work for me. There was one episode where this mother learns of her husband's past and she doesn't really want to believe anything. She starts to think of other things, but it never really works. And each episode you just left wondering, what was the point of that? And you're just wanting so much more from the series. Monsterland honestly was a hard series to get through. I questioned many times if I actually wanted to finish watching the series, and I did, and I usually don't say, like with anthology series, like, oh, the overall series was bad, because I could find a couple episodes here and there that worked, and a couple episodes just did not work. Every single episode in here did not work. You know, there might be some episodes that you guys watch and you might find an episode that you like. Not my case. I watched every single episode and none of them were fun, entertaining. I saw what they were going for and I enjoyed the premise of each episode. So much potential for each one, but it just fell flat. I'm gonna go ahead and give Monsterland a C-. Thank you guys for checking my review for the new Hulu series, Monsterland. Pretty great cast, pretty bad execution. I don't really recommend checking it out, but do what you're gonna do. Stay tuned for more up and coming Hulu content. My name is Just Watch Us Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.